All right, hi everybody. My name's Kelsey. Thanks for stopping by my channel today. Also, my voice is super scratchy. I've been fighting a sinus infection, so you get my like sexy voice today. Anyways. I'm gonna be talking about how I'm finally giving COLLEEN Hoover a second try. First, this is the second time I've had to film this video because I'm having storage issues between my iPhone and my Mac, and I need to upgrade my Mac. But that's expensive and I don't really want to do that right now. So we're gonna see, hopefully this works this time. I do have a lot of video footage on my phone right now for a bunch of videos I have planned, and I need to do a better job of getting them uploaded and off my phone. So this is the second time I'm filming this. This is kind of frustrating, but it is what it is. So my first intention was I recorded an intro, and then I did a day where I was just gonna binge read It Ends With Us in one day that I had off. And so you'll see that the footage that I was able to save that was working. I did like a review and a wrap up. So now this is a week later and I'm actually filming again because I realized none of it was all like wonky and delayed, and just I don't know what happened, but here we are. So the intent of this video is I'm giving COLLEEN Hoover a second chance. I read Verity in I think 2017 and I hated it. There are two books in the history of me reading that I have thrown across the room. One is Verity and one is the third Game of Thrones, and I threw it across the room at the Red Wedding, so you know. But I read Verity and multiple people told me Verity is not the book you should start with COLLEEN Hoover. And it is. It's a totally different vibe. I'd say it's more like domestic suspense, domestic thriller. So Verity was just dumb. There was a lot of motherhood conversation in it, and when I was reading it at the time I was going through it, we were in like our throes of infertility. So I remember not liking it for that reason, but also the writing was bad. It was predictable. The ending was dumb. Like I just did not like it. And so that was enough to turn me off of COLLEEN Hoover. And then she went viral. You know, she's like rocking the bestseller lists and all this stuff. And one of my friends at the gym was like, you need to read her. Give her another shot. And she's like, don't read the one about infertility. Read It Ends With Us. So she let me borrow her copy, and I read it in a day, and that's the footage you're gonna see as I'm going through it. So will I like her? Will I not like her? Watch and you'll see. Okay, so I'm 100 pages in to It Ends With Us, and I understand the allure of COLLEEN Hoover. It's not hard to get into. It has really good pacing. Her writing is compelling. I'm really intrigued or interested. Like it will be a finish today type book. I do understand why people say look up trigger warnings. I know where this is going, so it's fairly predictable. First off, do not get me wrong, I'm enjoying it, and I totally understand why everyone loves her. This book deals with abuse. It's laying out what I think is going to come. And I don't like Ryle, which I don't think you're supposed to. I don't know. I am intrigued. And this part of the video, I'm talking about it, but my video is not lining up with my face. It's very glitchy. And so that's why you're getting this interjected video right now, because the quality of the video is just not something I'm comfortable putting out. Okay, me again. So I'm editing my video, and at about 150 pages, I pause my video and I talk about my thoughts. So at this point in the video and at this point in the book, I'm not enjoying the book. And it's quickly leading up to a big abuse scene. There are some indicators that Ryle is abusive. and I don't like it. And I think Colleen Hoover does a great job of writing it so that you're uncomfortable and you notice the triggers. My problem is that it feels like it's romanticizing abuse. And I know that she personally experienced abuse, so she's trying to write and show how you can be in this situation. And I think it's done well. This book is just not for me and I don't enjoy it. I think that her writing isn't groundbreaking, but it's a good fast-paced book to kind of get lost in if that's what you're looking for. I just think the subject matter is too sensitive for the type of book this has become, and I don't like it. Ooh. Okay, so I'm sitting in my garage. I went and worked out because I hit a point in this book that really bothered me. It's a part where there is abuse with whatever his face is, and with Ryle, and whatever his name is, Atlas, like, who comes up with these names? And that's like a general critique on like every book in the world, but I'm at this point where something abusive happens and it's showing what abuse is like and how it's easy to like fall into that trap. But what I'm really struggling with is I feel like she's romanticizing abuse. I wouldn't say normal at all, because it's not. Like, you can clearly tell there's something wrong. I just don't like that this is becoming, I don't like that this is so popular, because I feel like it's showing a romantic side to abuse. And I think the people who are reading this, which are a lot of like Gen Zs and younger people than me, are maybe getting not a healthy depiction of a relationship. And I know it's a fictional book. I know it is meant to demonstrate like her personal experience with abuse, to show how easy it is to fall into an abusive relationship, but there is just something about it that's feeling toxic and manipulative to me, and I'm not enjoying it. So I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna finish it. I know a lot of people are messaging me because I'm kind of talking about this in my Instagram right now. A lot of people are messaging me like, hold on, it gets better. So, okay, I hope so, because right now I'm at a very big part in the book that is very difficult to read, and it's just making me very sad. So I actually needed to work out because I was so upset about that scene in the book. All right, I'll keep you posted. Okay, so that's me taking you from start to finish with this book and my thoughts on it. So I think if you got that vibe at all, you got that I did not enjoy it. I did not like it. I gave her a second shot, and Colleen Hoover's just not for me. I think had I read this maybe in college, I would have just loved her. But maybe it's a matter of life experience and growing up and just personal things that have happened in my life. Her writing is just not for me. It's commercialized. It's romanticizing things that maybe shouldn't be romanticized. She's a compelling writer. I think if you like her, good for you. Like, great, just not for me. She is really good at pacing, and, you know, I finished the book even despite not liking it, but I'm not inclined at all to pick up the sequel. I am not just inclined to read anything else by her, because I looked up some synopses of other books by her, and they all kind of sound like traumatized person falls in love with someone through trauma. They make it work. True love doesn't cure trauma, and the main character in It Ends With Us obviously is abused and picks a man that she should not be with, and then in the end she goes to the man she should be with. And to me, it almost feels like love will conquer all. And one of my friends and I were talking about this, like, it's not like if this was a real life situation, not everyone's gonna find a love that will fix the trauma that they endured. And so I think that's something that I didn't like about it, in that, like, there's not just like a quick fix to something like this. And the amount of therapy that is missing in this book is also hard. I think at the end it talks about how Ryle is going to therapy, but like nowhere in the throes of the book do we have a conversation about therapy. And like his family, Ryle's family, is super involved, but sees this about him. and doesn't do anything. That was not something that I really liked. Because I feel like if we're going to have a family that identifies that there's an issue, therapy should be, you know, like the first thing we throw out. And even Lily, she clearly needed therapy from her childhood through all this stuff. So yeah, not for me. I think that there's just too much in it that I could nitpick that I didn't like. I will say she isn't a good writer. I will take that back. She writes compelling, has a good editor, and like the pacing is really good. So if you're looking for commercialized fiction with a hint of trauma, I guess that's your girl. But again, not for me. If you feel the same, because I feel like I have an unpopular opinion, please let me know in the comments. Otherwise, if you love her, I mean, good for you. So like, if you love her, please tell me what you got in the comments, but just not for me. As always, please like and subscribe to my channel to help me grow. And until next time, hope you guys have a great day.